Hello everyone, Crystal Lynn here. Welcome to my channel, Tuning Into Love. Thank you so much for joining me for another pick a card reading. This reading is What Would Love Do? What would love do? So this is a message for whatever situation, relationship that you may be finding challenges within or is weighing heavy on your heart at this time. What would love do? We have group 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as always, trust your intuition. Whichever group really pulls or tugs the strongest is usually the message. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, your subscribes, your likes, your comments, and your shares. I am so grateful to my Patreons and all of you that request personal readings. Thank you so much for being you and for inspiring me and just being on this journey. You know, we're here for each other and we walk together. And so I thank you for being you and for having the courage and strength to stay true to love and be authentic. And in that, you know, your desires that are within your heart are manifesting, and you are manifesting them, aligning with that which is true for you. So I'm honored to be a part of that journey for you and to support in whatever way I can through these messages. So with that, you guys, let's get started. I will put timestamps in the comments below as always. Thank you again, and let's get into the message, you guys. We'll start with group number 1. Excuse me. Okay, group number 1. Hello, group number 1. How are you guys? So let's find out, what would love do? What is your higher self guiding you to do at this time, to tune into, truly tuning into what is authentic for you and in alignment with the highest good of all, which includes yourself. Okay, so what would love do? I'm just going to lay all the cards out and then we'll dive into the message here. So this is the first card. It's from the Lover's Oracle. And we see this dove of peace with the olive branch. So I just feel a lot of healing. This is a message of healing and bringing relief to your heart, okay? You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Wow, okay. I know it might be too late by the time I figure things out. These are from the Twin Flame messages by Mystic Moon, but I'm kind of just bringing this into the reading as either a relationship or your higher self, however it wants to come through. We'll see, okay? I look for things to be thankful for. I have a perpetual attitude of gratitude. I am content to be who and what I am. Okay. Let's see what your tarot says. We have opportunity beckons, the 4 of Cups, the Chariot, the Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 6 of Swords. Okay. We have the number 9, broken heart. Okay. I can feel it. I can feel it. Just know your heart is truly unbreakable. Okay, I'm gonna just pull out all the cards. I'm already feeling, I can feel the shift going on for you here. There's a big, there's a time to, it's time to take action. But the feeling, well, we're gonna get into it. Let me just lay all these down here. Desert, Vision Quest, Communication, number 41, number 8, the Tribe, number 19, Healing Grief. Wow. Okay. Psychometry, sensitivity. We've got here the Ancient Ones, the number 15. Wow, the Desert Vision Quest here. Purification, White Tara, yeah. Energy work, my goodness, from the angels. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. Keep your dreams alive, number 25. And this is, what do you feel, the number 9? And look at this as a number 9 as well. This is from the Sacred Rebels deck. I'm going to read this to you guys at the end of the message. But I want to just feel into this for a moment. Wow. You guys see all these cards? I better make sure really quick here. You see them all? Okay. So, I feel that your higher self is guiding you to take action towards what is truly fulfilling to your heart and soul, what it truly nourishes you, mind, body, and spirit. And there's been something that has happened, a sudden event, a change, something in the physical reality that was built on a foundation of fear. And so things had to happen the way they did because it's love's way of clearing the way, you know, clearing out all that is no longer serving us. And it's not because of right or wrong or good or bad. It truly has to do with aligning you to your authentic path. To really taking the time to go within yourself, like right now. Your heart is opening. Your soul is beckoning you forward. It's empowering you to take action, to rise above duality. It's like you've come to this recognition that you're light and you're dark. You know, you're good, you're bad, you're all of these things, but this is your higher self. This is your willpower, your determination to move forward, to see the bigger picture, to gain deeper understanding, you know, as to why we had to experience certain things. And really, I'm picking up the sensitivity and the energy here, that you are someone who is very empathic. You are very sensitive to energy. You understand energy in a way that it's a part of your innate gifts and talents. Because right now you're being guided to purify, you know, you may be feeling sensitive right now to certain environments, to certain foods. You may be experiencing physical symptoms like headaches and achiness, and just your body is becoming more in tune and more sensitive to what's going on because you're becoming more aware. It's the unconditional love that begins to surge through you. And like, I see that you're someone who is very nurturing, very practical and down to earth. And so you're being guided to, it's like you do what's best for the highest good of all. You are someone who enjoys nurturing others, and you understand the importance of nurturing yourself. So this is a period of transition, you know, with the Six of Swords here. It's like we're moving forward towards calmer waters, but we're still carrying that, you know, some of those pains and wounds of the past, of this heartbreak. And this heart it's like, has one tear coming out. It's kind of dark inside, you know, it's cracked. It's expressing that grief. It's allowing that grief and that sadness to express and come out of your heart, like physically out of your heart in an energetic way. The only way to do that is to acknowledge, the source of it, where it's coming from, what it is, and to allow yourself to feel it and to acknowledge it and to heal it. What would love do? Love would heal it. Love would guide you to move towards the path that feels healing, that feels nurturing, that is based on the foundation of unconditional love. So, with Desert Vision Quest here, you're being guided to take a few days to yourself if you can, or even a day or an afternoon where you can be in nature, distracted from everyday life, not distracted, so that you're not distracted from your own self by everyday life, that you can tune into that pure energetic frequency of unconditional love. You can connect with your higher self, which is unconditional love, the trees, the birds, the elements, with the intention of, people go to the desert to seek a vision, but really they're receiving a vision. They're able to connect, and they have to trust in a higher power because they're out in the desert, where there's not a lot of you have to be resourceful, right? The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. And so in doing so, understanding that you're human and you have these instincts and this guidance system for a reason. You're feeling these sensitivities for a reason. And it's a part of your innate gifts of healing. I feel like energy work, you're being guided to receive energy work because it's loving treatment that your body responds to. And I feel that you are an energy worker. So this is a part of experiencing your gifts from all perspectives in a sense. But it's also learning how to love yourself unconditionally and moving forward and honoring your feelings, healing grief here. The number 19, I'm going to actually read this one to you because I'm not sure what the message is in it. Obviously, it's to focus on your heart and to see beyond with the owl here, to see beyond the deception, So, spiderwort is the flower. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a purple flower. And it's also called Widow's Tears. Heals grief and sadness and is helpful to the overly sensitive. Well, that's interesting because you are, it's showing here that you may be feeling overly sensitive. And then lepidolite is the stone, and it's used for balancing the emotions. It says, dealing with grief is a delicate matter. On one hand, the emotions must be felt, acknowledged, and honored. You must be fully present with your feelings. On the other hand, you must have faith that there is light beyond the darkness. Processing grief requires a delicate touch combined with strength. I have suffered a great loss. I feel shattered and lost. I am gentle with myself as I process this loss. I comfort myself with the knowledge that there is light beyond the darkness. Wow. Yeah, that is a very powerful message, and it's so true. As you focus on healing, as you focus on growth and purifying, it's all going to unfold naturally. It's allowing the process to unfold naturally. The Six of Swords is an initiation. It's like that rite of passage into love. It's going from fear-based consciousness into love. And it's a daily practice, until we find our balance. And right now, through this grief that you're experiencing, it's allowing you to take some time to get to know your feelings. What's really causing these feelings of maybe boredom or stagnation or just feeling unfulfilled and unsatisfied, right? Excuse me. I feel like, the feelings of feeling unfulfilled and unsatisfied come from the ego, because the ego needs to be satisfied. It has all these demands and it wants instant gratification, and it just wants and it wants and it wants. And as soon as it gets what it wants something else. It will never be satisfied. The ego can never be satisfied. So it's like coming into this place here with the Chariot. We're recognizing that the only true things that satisfy us are come from our heart. They come from our soul. It's that feeling of true satisfaction is feeling content, is feeling clarity and peace, and feeling your joy, the abundance, being in a state of abundance and clarity, just peace, grounded, and you're able to share that love with others in a very natural way. That is the foundation of unconditional love. And so when we feel this way, it's like it's time to take action. It's not a time to be, I'm feeling like it's like your soul's like it's time to do something. Even if it's just one thing, you know, one small thing that you can do to move in the direction of healing every day. To remind yourself that this is a journey, that it doesn't happen overnight. It it doesn't happen as fast as we want it to, and especially when we choose love, sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better, and then it's like we've got to continue on. That's why it takes that determination and willpower. But you have that. You have that on your side. Spirit's here supporting you and giving you that energy. This is like your higher self reining in the, you know, the light, the dark, the up, the down. And see, these two even want to go in different directions. But the person here, it's like he's able to command them going forward the direction that he wants, because it's in alignment with the highest good of all. So you have a lot of support around you, and it's about focusing on what you have to be thankful for. Your ancestors, your spirit guides are really communicating with you right now. And this is a spiritual awakening. This is an activation of your consciousness, your awareness, and you're expanding deeper into your gifts right now. It's through this process of healing your grief that you're able to tap into your psychic gifts, your intuition, your ability to translate your own emotional guidance system. Because we cannot truly become masters of our guidance system, our emotions, if we haven't experienced the whole spectrum of them. So every time we experience an emotion, it's an opportunity to respond to it from a place of unconditional love. And as we do that to all the emotions within us, we become masterful over them, because we know how we're going to respond in every moment, regardless of what our emotions are feeling. And we also become aware of what is ours and what is not. So I feel like you're someone who's very empathic, you're very sensitive, and you can pick up on the feelings of other people. You know, the Queen of Pentacles, she's her intention is to create a space of nurturing and love that is an environment that nurtures the natural gifts and talents of those she loves, her family. And so she's very aware of like their energy and how it interacts. So it's really important for you to be grounded in your energy. I just feel this groundedness, you know, like no matter what's going on, you are grounded in center. And so what you're moving forward from is a foundation built on fear that had you feeling ungrounded and unsatisfied, because it was, you know, based in that fear consciousness, you know, that we're, you know, we all come into it, we all experience it. And when it's time for us to awaken, it's, you know, it's not usually what we think it's going to be. It's something that happens that seems unexpected and out of the blue, but in reality, it's being able to understand that what's happening is to clear out all that is no longer serving. When we awaken, we see all that is truly not based on love, and it can be really mind-blowing and just traumatizing. You know, it can create a lot of pain to see the truth of things, but having the courage to face the pain, to feel the pain, and to honor it, and to understand why it's there, and recognize, you know, anyone would feel this pain if they were in my shoes. It's like recognizing and being able to see beyond that, like why we were in that situation, how we ended up in that situation based on choices we'd made. And had we made choices based on what was true for us, based on love, we would have made different choices. So it's, as you communicate, like I feel like this is really asking you to look at your communication. It's highlighting your communication, how you communicate with yourself, how you communicate with others, how you communicate with, the earth, your feelings, your emotions when they come up for you. And it's honoring, the unconditional love, really tuning into it. So being able to spend some time alone with just yourself and really getting to know who you are, like getting to know your heart, healing your heart, tuning into your dreams, keeping your dreams alive. It's going to help you connect. And with the tribe here, this is connecting with like-minded individuals that, with the number 8, it feels like it's that energy of strength and infinity. It's that energy that renews your spirit, that renews your confidence and your inspiration. And it can be anything, it doesn't necessarily have to be like friends or family. It can be your community. It can be, an art group or different groups of interest that you're like-minded and connected with, things that instill the authentic parts of yourself, that nurture and cultivate the authentic essence of who you are. That will strengthen your knowing, that taking action, moving forward, it's like you're being asked to take action and you're being asked to focus on healing. Like the action that you need to take is to focus on healing, focus on your feelings. What do you feel? And focus on healing. The Desert Vision Quest is about healing. It's about knowing yourself and receiving the visions that are true for you, that you are meant to carry out and express here with clarity, with such clarity. Because of the intense contrast of where you find yourself and where you feel you're meant to be. It's like there's this ability to dig deep through all the grief and pain and get to the root core. And it's, having that knowingness and that awareness that it may be painful, but it will strengthen you at the same time. And you have, this also speaks to having people or those that you can go to and that you can share, your feelings with, or your story, and or others that you can relate with. Like you're not alone, you're never alone. And by doing that, you're honoring your feelings, you're validating your own experience, which is really important. I used to remind myself, like, Crystal, anyone would feel this way if they were in my shoes. Anyone would feel this way. And in that way, I would validate my experience, but I wouldn't allow myself to dwell in it, like to see myself empowered and choosing love and choosing to overcome and, change whatever behavior patterns or things I was fixated on that weren't truly fulfilling at the core, right? So purify your environment, the foods you're eating, anything that's lighter, and it's intuitive. You'll know. But if you're feeling sensitive to things, this is why. It's because you're actually raising your vibration, your consciousness, and it's that unconditional love that comes in and brings health and vitality. And so that begins to translate into the physical, and what once was no longer is satisfying. You're outgrowing it. You're expanding your awareness, okay? So, wow, this is just beautiful. I feel like when you tune into your heart, to what's really going on, you're gonna feel that honoring of yourself, and in that you're going to have more clarity in moving forward and what you need to do. Because healing is what you're being asked to do right now. So opening your heart, making self-care, self-love, taking time out to be around energy that feels life-giving. You're really going to be able to feel it. want to see this sensitivity card right now and just see if there's any messages in there. Yeah, if you're feeling drained, and it's also about not focusing on what you're losing or anything like that, but more so focusing on what you're gaining. And as you begin to feel better, you're just going to naturally make choices that are in alignment with your health. I know for me, when I was experiencing this, there were certain foods and things that I used to do that I loved that I just could not take in anymore. And when I did, I would feel funky. I wouldn't feel right. And so then I would stop for a couple days and I'd start to feel better. And then I'd be like, oh, well, maybe I'll try it again. Maybe it was just, and you go back and forth with it. So it's like with the Six of Swords, it's a journey and it's one day at a time. And it's like, it's not a race, it's not a competition, it's about healing, deep healing, and taking all the time you need to come to that place of healing, because it's important for you to truly heal your heart so that you can just open your heart and move forward and be in alignment with what you want. And there will be no more feelings of it's might be too late for this, or you're going to be in the now, in the present, and in every now moment is only love, and you can choose love in every moment. And the more you do that, and the more you remind yourself to do that, you're changing your destiny, you're changing the future. Every time you choose love, you align with your higher self and you move forward. Even just meditating and choosing love, you are shifting your entire future. Imagine if you're choosing fear in this moment, where is it taking you? If you're choosing, and if you're feeling sad, that's not fear. Sadness is a normal human emotion that comes from a pain, a hurt, a wound, a betrayal, a grief, a loss, something that happens that isn't what we thought love was, or hurts because we've loved something so much and we've lost it. But we can go within to the infinite tools that live within us: compassion, forgiveness, understanding, honoring, listening. It's this maturing of our spirit, of our ego, of everything. It's the ego's not bad, but when we don't heal our wounds, it just wants to protect us. And if we don't heal our wounds, then that's what it feels it needs to do. When we heal our wounds and we trust our higher self, then the higher self is, in a sense, the ego doesn't need to protect the heart anymore, because it's not broken, it's not wounded, it's not high, there's not things dwelling within it. You can just be open, you're healthy, you're whole, you're complete. And you are right now in this moment. You are healthy, whole, and complete. That is the truth. And as you come into realization of that, your heart's just going to keep, it's truly unbreakable. You'll realize once you heal from all of this and you come to that point where you're healed, it's just like when you're really, really physically sick and you think you're going to die, but eventually, you start feeling better and you start feeling stronger. And before you know it, you don't even remember what that feeling was. And yet when you start feeling sick, you're like, oh no, I know what I'm in for, right? So that's what it is. Keep healing and choosing love, because if you choose fear, you're going to get that feeling that's like, I feel it coming on. Like, you're not going to do that because you've already been there. And the pain was so intense that you have a deep understanding of your emotions on a deep level, and you don't need to revisit them. You already know where they come from, where they stem from, what they feel like. And because you are here to experience many things, mainly love and how to express love and be love. And so not sometimes, I would say, I don't know why I say sometimes, but for most of us, we have to experience what love is not in order to truly appreciate and value what love is. And that we have an opportunity to be the love and to break the chains that create this deep, painful grief in the first place, or at least that empower us to use the tools we have within us to heal whatever grief comes up, whatever natural grief occurs. We have the tools and understanding to heal, to honor, to learn, and to celebrate life for the short amount of time that we're here. So Here, the ancient ones, your spirit guides, your ancestors are really talking to you right now, communicating with you quite a bit. And as you tune into the frequency of unconditional love, they will all communicate to you in unconditional love. If it is not coming from that energy of unconditional love, that is not a source of love. So listen to the voices within you that are unconditional love. They'll be more quiet, but they'll be more repetitive and consistent and gentle. And they'll just keep nudging you and reminding you, that is your intuitive knowing. They're never going to come at you harshly or expect anything of you. It's all this beautiful equal give and receive, and you're going to know, as you tap into this wisdom. And I'm actually going to read this too, because this is a brand new deck. This is from the Messenger Oracle, and I just love it. It's like, let me see if you can see it. It's a really beautiful card. You see the third eye up there and the owl. It's just got a lot, pouring out of the earth, a lot of divine wisdom and light, and just beautiful. The Messenger Oracle. So this is the number 15. The indigenous peoples of the world are those who have lived in harmony with the land for countless generations. Among them are the elders whose knowledge and wisdom can teach us of our relationship with nature, of living a life of empathic awareness, and to better understand our role as caretakers of the earth. They can teach us the wisdom of taking only what we need, of wasting little, and of honoring all sacrifices made so that you may live and grow. Hear the wisdom of the ancient ones, learn from their knowledge, lore, and traditions. So, yeah, I feel like you're being guided to tune into your ancient magic, your roots, past lives, all of your infinite self, basically, and your connection to the unseen. And as you continue purifying and healing, that connection will become stronger and more clear. And keeping your dreams alive is going to give you that vitality and that energy to really take control of your life in a very positive way. Where you know that you are the master of your ship and no one else is steering it. There's no more towers, because you are in control of your vessel and you're guiding it, based on the guidance of your higher self, and the universe is supporting you with this beautiful chariot. So I want to read this "What do you feel?" to end your message. And if this has to do with a relationship and feeling like it might be too late, know that whatever is meant to be yours can never be taken. It's never too late. There is nothing to lose. Everything that's meant for you, it's already there. It lives within you, and it's already laid out for you. It's simply a matter of you feeling it and aligning with it, saying yes to it, and taking action in that direction. Okay, so what do you feel? Let's read this as a closing message, you guys. I truly hope this is resonating and just bringing you affirmation to what you're feeling. So it says, there are so many opinions around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created only by you. Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you've become swept up in thinking things through. You've been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you have got a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it is not the best path, we can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made. just some choices that feel more heart honoring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we made the best choice possible in that moment. At the time of decision making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all we need. The oracle of what do you feel is telling you that there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now. Not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then the oracle brings you this message. You are at a crossroads in your journey, and the choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. Take a different approach to something. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever, too much pressure, and more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry about how it's all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly. Wow. I love this because I feel like, the strong message here is to choose to heal right now, to focus on healing, to focus on yourself, getting to know you and why you feel the way you do. Like, just focusing on healing at this time is a choice. And it'll help you prioritize it, instead of thinking that you have to do this or this or this. Before we do anything, it's important that we come from that place of integrity and strength. If we make a choice when we're strong and we feel balanced, naturally that choice is going to be, there's going to be clarity. We can be decisive. But if we're feeling imbalanced, we're confused, you're healing. So expecting yourself to make all these big decisions, if you are, is not truly honoring of how you feel. If you feel down, honor yourself. Take time to yourself, nurture yourself, and know that in that you are healing, and you're reminding yourself that you're going to feel better. In your communication, you're like, I'm taking time to heal. I'm healing right now. I'm healing my grief. I'm choosing love. I'm discovering myself. What truly brings me joy? What truly brings fulfillment? I'm focusing on my family right now, taking care of myself and my family, making that a priority. What is nurturing you as a priority? And so yeah, this is beautiful. Okay. I truly hope that this message resonated and affirmed what you're feeling, and that it brought guidance, and moving forward and showing you how much guidance you have around you. We don't need to understand everything in the moment, and just know that you will be shown when the time is right. Everything will be revealed. Just when we look back on our life, we can see that things are revealed to us in the right time. And so this is going to help you come back into trust and that feeling of connection within yourself and with the universe. And it takes time, one day at a time. Go easy on yourself. And as long as you're doing something every day that brings you some life force energy and restores your power in some sense, even if it's just a little bit. And it doesn't have to, that can just mean taking the day to just meditate, relax, soak in the sun. And the next day you may have some extra energy to, do something else, but it's going to be more focused on nurturing your home, your environment, yourself. What is nurturing your well-being, cleaning up things and organizing things and clearing out anything heavy that's preventing you from just being able to nurture yourself in a sense. Okay. And that's going to really Bring a sense of gratitude, that you're thankful for yourself. You know, when you're thankful for yourself, you're going to find naturally things to be thankful for. You'll have that perpetual attitude of gratitude, content to be who and what you are, because you recognize that you are gratitude, that you are love. And wow, I feel this beautiful thing bringing you into a very now moment and realizing that it's never too late for anything, you know. So I love you guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. If you would like to get a hold of me or contact me, you can find me on my website at crystallyn.love. You can find me on my Patreon, where I do messages and early access to my videos, or over on Instagram. I would love to connect with you guys there. So other than that, thank you so much for all of your love and support, and for being you, for having the courage and bravery and strength to be authentic and to anchor this love and to just walk this amazing wild journey. And so until next time, I am sending you all my infinite love as always, you guys. Peace out. Okay, group number 2. Hi, group number 2. How are you guys? So what would love do? What would love do? What is your higher self guiding you to do in this situation or relationship? I'm going to go ahead and just lay all the cards out, and then we're going to get into it, you guys, okay? This one's from the Lover's Oracle. I love it. I feel a lot of passion and chemistry in this card. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Beautiful. I was reminded of your scent recently. Okay, and I pulled these from the Twin Flame messages from Mystic Moon, and we'll see if they come. I was going to see if they came through as a relationship or like a message from your higher self. But I feel like this is a relationship, so undergoing a transformation. This is beautiful. I use my words and thoughts as tools to shape my future. Life is very simple. I create my experiences by my thinking and feeling patterns. What I believe about myself and about life becomes true for me. Life is very simple. I love it. Okay, let's see what your tarot says here. All right. Refusing to see. 2 of Swords. Okay. 10 of Cups. Look at this. Strength. King of Cups. Okay. And the 3 of Wands. All right. Well, that's beautiful. Let's see what else you got here. The Thinking Woman. The Queen, number 4. 47 and the number 4. 4, 10, 2. Okay. The number 40. See yourself in nature. See yourself in nature. Inner Truths, number 16. Inner Truths. Detach from drama, Pallas Athena. Happy, happy, the number 26. Summer Solstice, Radiance. Divine Love. 10 of Cups is Divine Love. This is beautiful. Happy, happy. I mean, this is some beautiful energy here. Listen. Okay. Ouija board, caution. I feel like this is a shock of the new. Okay. How do I want to do these cards here? This is interesting. Very interesting. there's definitely a divine counterpart relationship here, whether you label it a twin flame, a soulmate, this could, I mean, this is definitely, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could, but it definitely, it feels like a masculine, feminine energy here. So, and with divine love, transformation, I'm feeling like this is one of those types of connections. So someone here, and I feel like it's the masculine energy, is there's a decision that needs to be made. It's an important decision, and this is about emotional well-being. I mean, this is about divine love. This is about the 10 of Cups is like ultimate fulfillment. You know, knowing that you have everything you need, that you are completely content and satisfied. And it's because of the people that you're connected to, those intimate connections. There's trust and love and communication, and you're nurturing each other's gifts and talents. You're celebrating each other. They're happy to see you happy. You're happy to see them happy. You know, you support each other's growth and success. And it feels like an energy of someone who has maybe gained a certain level of mastery, emotional mastery. You know, this is the King of Cups doesn't necessarily express his emotions. And it's not that he's guarding them or that he's keeping them from anyone. He just is very discerning, and he knows when to share his emotions and how to. He's been through all of the, you know, challenges and obstacles of the emotions. He's reached a level of maturity where he's very aware of all the emotions that he feels, and he can no longer be triggered. He's like the kind of man that can remain calm under really crazy circumstances when everyone else is panicking and freaking out. And not only can he remain calm, he can calm others down with his compassion, and he's very intuitive. He's very sensitive, so he's very empathic. He can pick up on other people's feelings and emotions. Sorry guys, I had a interruption on my phone. I had a timer set that I'd forgotten about and just went off. So I'm sorry about that. So he is very in tune with his emotions, and because of that, he knows that he knows the importance of maintaining that sense of like control and balance of his emotions. And so when something comes in that might feel like it would bring him out of balance, right? Because he's on this stone throne floating in the water. You know, the waters are wavy, but he's very solid and grounded. And that's where he feels like, you know, when he's in his power, nothing can affect him in a sense. But when something comes in that connects to his heart, right? I mean, I see emotional fulfillment and well-being here. It's not something that can easily be turned away from because he's very aware of his own emotions. So when something like this shows up, there is a moment of introspection and going within. And I see the Three of Wands here. Okay, and then the Two of Swords. So it's like the soul is looking towards the future. The soul is feeling inspired by this energy. The soul is like, you know, we've come this far. We know we're moving forward and towards expansion. And, you know, there's adventure out beyond the horizon. And we don't know necessarily what, you know, is out there. We know there's some mountains to climb. There's some obstacles. But, you know, we're on our path. We're on our way. And here we have the Two of Swords, refusing to see. So there's something in the mind, you know, there's some sort of fear. There's something that we're avoiding deciding. There's a decision that needs to be made. And this decision requires a connection with the heart and mind. It's a heart and mind decision. It's allowing your heart to guide you because you're very aware of your emotions. You know, strength is here. This is learning to tame the desires of the ego, in a sense, the beast within, right? And you don't do it with force, you do it with compassion and love and kindness and understanding. You do it with heart. Okay, that's the only way to tame the beasts within. And so I feel like there's this energy here of avoidance in a sense, but not out of a fear of, it's almost like it's that energy of, letting go of the fears of something like this not working out, or ending up in disaster or something like that, because there's some sort of fear here in the mind. There's some sort of block between the mind and the heart where there's a refusal to see things for as they are. It's like, if you know yourself and your emotions and you've been through, I mean, someone who is here with strength, they've been through it. You know, the Three of Wands, they've left the past behind and they're on this path. You're on your path moving forward. So when we're refusing to make a decision, that's still a decision. That's a decision not to make a decision, you know, to avoid something or to hide from something. And then that's what's happening, is if we don't make a decision, that is our decision not to acknowledge something. It doesn't mean that we're not going to stop feeling this. This energy is here for a reason. So there's something here that I feel with the thinking woman and the queen as the divine feminine energy. It's very interesting because in this deck, the queen is the number 4, which to me always feels like an energy of stability and security, foundation. And it's the queen. And she represents the beautiful qualities of the divine feminine, friendship, nurturing. She likes to see everyone happy. She's very similar to the King of Cups, where, you know, to see his family happy, emotionally fulfilled, brings him great joy. And it's the same thing with the queen, you know, and it's about reminding yourself to nurture yourself, to love yourself, to pamper yourself, to, you know, give to yourself as you do to other people, right? Because the queen, she knows the importance of, you know, when we're content, we're deserving and worthy of, you know, a beautiful quality of life, and that energy comes from within. So you know, the masculine here is being encouraged to tap into this nurturing energy, you know, and to choose what nurtures his well-being. And there's the thinking woman is a woman who, she holds a lot of wisdom and knowledge and inspires us to reach for those higher levels of awareness and consciousness. She can be a teacher, a friend, a guide. She can even be ourselves. It's that she's someone who, you know, goes into the deeper realms for understanding and learning and wisdom. And so there's an energy here of inspiration and whatever is there needs to be a coming together of the heart and mind. And so here with the inner truths, this is going deep into your emotions, deep, deep, deep into the depths, you know, to discover the treasures that are within, to not be afraid to go deep into your emotions. Once you've reached a level of mastery and you can feel, you know, what is nurturing to you and what isn't, it's almost like the feminine energy here. It's a balancing. It's like coming into balance with the masculine feminine, and this complementary inspiration that's happening through this transformation, recognizing that love conquers and transforms all things. And, you know, going within and finding the inner truths, finding the depths of your emotions and the beauty that they hold when you're connected through that divine love, right? Just this card speaks to that commitment to yourself, you know, that divine commitment to your higher self and to love and to feeling your wholeness. You're already whole, you're already complete. You have the roses and the rose quartz surrounding you, you're connected to nature, you're already whole and complete. And it's in this state of divine love that we're able to share and give effortlessly with others, that we're able to create the beauty, co-create the beauty and the art and the joy and nurturing each other's gifts and talents. It happens naturally. So honoring, emotions is highlighted in this, that your heart knows the way. And the only reason that a decision can't be made is because the head is not connecting to the heart. You know, this man's looking down at his heart, and I guess I feel the masculine because in the Rider-Waite, the Two of Swords is a woman. And in this deck, it's a man, and with the King of Cups, so, and the women over here. Either way, I just feel like this balancing of energies. And instead of refusing to see, it's choosing to see things for what they really are. And using your logic, right, in a way that is in alignment with your heart. And, so if love is the most important thing to fulfillment, what would love do? What's the most logical thing for love to do? So this is really what's happening here. It's like taking off the blindfold, opening your heart, allowing your heart to tell you, does my heart want to open to this or not? If it's like, yes, 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 then the logical thing to do is to move in that direction, right? If your heart is closing, if it's constricting, the logical thing to do is to say no. You have the power of that choice. And I feel like that's what the masculine energy is coming into awareness, whereas the feminine in this relationship is very aware of that already, and maybe has been inspiring the masculine to some degree. So, because I feel like with happy here, this is an energy of feeling content and satisfied and grateful for what you have, and generous, and just enjoying sharing that love with others. You feel so good and full that you just want to share. You're happy, you're passionate about life, and you're inspired, and it's not about all the things you have outside of you. It's finding that connection within you. Happiness comes from within. So if we're finding ourselves unhappy, it has nothing to do with anything outside of ourselves. It's connecting to that radiance within, that infinite summer solstice within yourself, and shining a light on who you really are, on your emotions. Because with detached from drama here, and the Ouija board, I'm going to read this one to you guys, because I'm pretty sure we're supposed to pull another card with this too, so I will. But I'm seeing see yourself in nature, and then with the Strength card here, this is being able to see that you are human, but you are also nature, because the man and woman, the human, although we are birthed from a human, our humans came from the earth. So it's being able to see yourself in nature as wild and as, human in a sense, and divine. You're all of these things, and tapping into allowing yourself to truly know who you are. We can never truly know who we are if we don't honor our growth, if we don't honor expanding and learning and discovering and having that desire to really go within. And this journey is a journey of love. So I feel like this will help gain new perspectives on whoever we really are. It's seeing ourselves in nature, what we connect to, what our affinities are. It helps us discover things about ourselves that align us with what's true for us. So that's really beautiful. If there's any drama playing out, this is what this is all about. It may be why it's hard to make a decision, because there may be people or situations happening externally that are creating drama, that are, it's like what I'm picking up on this is that we cannot make others happy. It is not our job to make others happy. It's our job to make ourselves happy, for us each to know our own happiness. It's an inside job. No one can tell us what true happiness is for one another, what true emotional fulfillment is. Only we know what is right for us. And that is our birthright, to be able to choose to align with what we know is right for us. And the only way we can do that, honestly, like to have that awareness, is to know ourselves. And so I feel like whatever's happened was serving to go within, to really tap into your emotions. And only unconditional love, only a relationship like this that's divinely guided, where it's true unconditional love, are you going to experience that motivation and catalyst to make you go deep within yourself. You know, if it was just some random relationship, it would never make you go deep within yourself. You know, every relationship that we're in is teaching us something. So it's all about learning and growing. And when we recognize that, you know, detaching from drama, it's like, how are we contributing to drama? If there is drama around us, we need to recognize where we're contributing to that drama and to take our power back. You know, the wisdom of Athena, she uses her wisdom versus any physical force or control. And that wisdom comes from patience, of realizing that contributing to drama, to feeding the ego, the blame game, not taking responsibility, not choosing not to go within and learn about our energy because of any sort of pain or anything like that, we're only denying our own happiness. And so this is like cutting out anything that's not serving your happiness, and you know what that is. And when you choose to, like, decide to choose love, decide to follow your 10 of cups, you know, then, and detach from drama, it's like, then you know what to do. You know what decision to make, and you're listening to your intuition. It says, quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. Listen. So this divine masculine energy is at a state of pause because the soul, you know, the intuition, your guides are really speaking to him right now to guide, you know, the next steps forward. It's like a period of evaluation and taking stock and, you know, what do I need to move forward? What do I need to let go of as I do? But it's this period of pause before you make an important decision, possibly. So there's some sort of energy here that needs to be released. And I'm going to read the Ouija board card because I'm not positive about what it is. Although it says caution, and I know it's not like a negative type thing. It's more like an awareness, bringing awareness to something so that you're, you know, it's your higher self keeping you on path here. Okay, so I feel like this has to do with whatever drama is playing out. And you guys will know how this resonates, whether it's you or the other. It says, back away quietly from this situation. Even though an offer may be tempting, underlying issues have yet to arise to the surface, so look deeper into the situation before you take any action. Once you have uncovered all the facts, you can decide if you should take the plunge or withdraw as fast as you can. The Ouija board is a very reliable tool if you know how to use it both correctly and wisely. But if you are in unfamiliar territory, then leave what you do not understand alone. You are invited to pull another card to assist you with your next step. So let's see what it is. Let me grab this deck here, you guys. Hold on, I have to move these here. Let me grab the deck. Let's pull another card to clarify this, shall we? Clarify the Ouija board. So we got Ogum, nature. Look at this. See yourself in nature. So this is interesting. Let me see. Let me see what it says. Wisdom. Oh, that's Oracle. I'm sorry. I took the wrong one. Nature. So this card asks you to seek the wise teachings of the trees. They're the wisdom keepers who have stood by silently witnessing every detail of passing centuries. Spend some time outside with these gentle giants. They hold the keys to your past. Allow them to unlock the remembrance you hold deep within. You are ready to be unleashed. So this has something to do with your magical abilities and also becoming more aware of your environment, which is really fascinating when you think about that. You know, this is whatever red flags are going on in your environment, that's your higher self letting you know. And I feel like the trees, you're very connected to the trees. It could even be that, you know, you can communicate with the trees on some level, whereas when you're tuning into the frequency of unconditional love, you're going to feel the ethereal respond to you. The trees, the elements that are living life force, you'll see them respond to you. So um, I just feel like there's a lot that nature wants to show you right now. So find some time to get out into nature. You know, I'm seeing green and strength is out here in nature. This is my favorite Ten of Cups card in all the tarots. I just love that it's at night, and you know, the rainbow represents that the worst is behind you. So it's this feeling of wholeness. It's ultimate emotional contentment and balance between mind, body, heart, and spirit. It's beautiful, okay? And so I feel like that's what's happening right now. And this transformation is going to transform and heal all that was from the past. And it's meant for you guys to see these programs, these false beliefs that are holding us back from truly following our bliss. You know, when we find ourselves in this energy of refusing to see, that in itself is showing us that we're holding ourselves back. And we come into that realization once we choose to learn and understand the lesson. So there is so much beautiful energy here. It's so divinely guided, and it's all about wisdom. You know, the King of Cups makes wise choices in love. He's very compassionate, and that comes from wisdom, which comes through patience, you know. It comes through learning how to respond to what's within you, the triggers, all of that. It's like it takes a lot of inner strength to do that. You know, the Chariot, like in the last message, is about more external willpower, you know, your ability to actually take action in the physical, whereas strength is more about inner willpower, you know, learning when to disengage from drama versus to continue feeding it. You know, your higher self is speaking to you. It's like, don't do it, don't do it. You know, when you feel that, oh, I'm about to get in, because once you get into it, it's really hard to let it go. And then, you know, that it's like you got to start over again, and you always can. That's the thing. There's always, you know, another moment. And that's the great thing about love, is that especially when you realize that you have divine love, and you realize that no matter what comes up, you're always both going to choose resolution and growing together, and it's just going to get better and better. Like, it may seem like, or like there might be some fear, but this is an important decision to make. And so allowing, you know, yourself the time to come to that knowing within yourself on your own is the best thing that you can do. And so I don't know, whomever's watching this, the masculine, feminine, it doesn't matter. This is your situation, and truly it's all connected. And I'm going to read this to finish off the message. I think this is so beautiful. It's just affirming that you're right where you're supposed to be, and everything is happening the way it's supposed to. There's almost like this element of, you know, being able to really tune into the higher self, to nature, to the true source of truth, to find your answers versus anything outside of you. Right? I mean, she's in this garden, in this, like, it's protected. It's sweet, you know, it's just like, it's love, it's nature, and you can hear yourself, and there's clarity, and you know exactly what's going on, and you're content, you know, it's beautiful. So let's read Shock of the New, number 6 as well. It's very healing energy. And okay, let me just read this here. What wild, unconventional voice is calling to you? Can you hear it? It is so different and so unusual, it might be hard to decipher, like hearing an unfamiliar language for the first time. It might be hard to discern with great clarity now, but there is an infinity between you and this strangely beautiful newness seeking to manifest. This oracle says there is a stirring at the deepest level within you. Something new will break through, and the process of this birth may be a shock to you. The shock will transform into great joy and a sense of tremendous liberation, but you must bear the strangeness first. The strangeness might be something that rattles your beliefs about yourself and your world, daring you to become more of yourself more open to where life is leading you, and more willing to be the unique sacred art being crafted by the hand of the universal creator. Excuse me, you guys. Nature never shies away from strange beauty. She allows for endless diversity, and her sacred works are often peculiar and stunning. You live within her field of creative grace as a specially created work that also creates. You are being asked to surrender any fear you have of being seen as exotic, unusual, eccentric, or bizarre. You are being asked to make peace with strange beauty and let it happen through you in creative flow. Perhaps you need to allow your conventional ideas of beauty to become even more inspired and open. Perhaps you can allow your need for the world to behave according to your fixed ideas to fall away. You will receive so much more in its place. This oracle comes with a special message for you. There are rumblings and stirrings of the creative life force happening now deep in the undercurrents of your being. If you are very attuned or sensitive, you may have consciously felt this already, with excitement, discomfort, or both. If you've not yet sensed these inner stirrings, they are happening all the same. So be on the lookout for the big shift of new birth, the shock of the new, the unconventional, the strangely beautiful, and the disturbing liberation of that which is foreign stepping into your life. This is life creating the stage upon which you will experience greater fulfillment. Don't be nervous if the rumble of change turns into a mighty roar that rocks boats, bursts forth as novel ideas, and changes things in a way that is out of your control. This is life happening. Free fall into it. The oracle of the shock of the new comes to you saying, the old way is on its way out. You are being invited, dragged, nurtured, and coerced into the new. You can handle it. This oracle brings you guidance. You're about to encounter something new and different in your life. This is helpful. Don't reject it, no matter how small or insignificant or how powerful and life-changing it may seem to be. You are being asked to dispense with your reliance on the past and what have been your tools to navigate life. You have outgrown your old methods. You will have to fly by the seat of your pants, so to speak, as you experiment with new ways to be. Life will show you the way. Wow. So really, it's simply a matter of letting go, choosing to see the truth in the situation, and really tuning into what would love do. Love would follow the heart. If you feel joy and happiness and ultimate fulfillment, that's all you need in life. Everything else is temporary. Everything else is temporary. There is absolutely nothing in the material world outside of yourself that can make you happy. And there is absolutely nothing you can do to make another happy. And there is nothing anyone else can do to make you happy. Happiness comes from within. It already lives within your heart. It is already within you right now in this moment. It's simply knowing how to align with it, saying yes to it. It's choosing to see that when the universe brings you something, are we going to detach from the drama, the things that are not serving us, the things that are keeping us from choosing what makes us happy? Or are we going to take the shot, follow our hearts? I feel like nature is going to really speak to you through synchronicities and seeing yourself in nature and following nature. Nature does what feels natural. Do what feels natural to you. Do where you can be natural, see natural, express natural, whatever is natural to you. And I feel like this relationship brings about that feeling in both people. It just feels natural. It's natural. It comes from within. There's no forcing or anything. It's just, I was reminded of your scent recently. That's a pretty intimate thing, when we remember someone's scent, that's not just anyone. So it's powerful to acknowledge these connections, but you wouldn't feel these deep things if it wasn't such a powerful connection. So it's like once there's an awareness, a recognition of why we feel what we do, then there is, then we can take action. We know what to align with and move forward. And that's what I see happening here. So that's what love would do. All the answers are within. The sun, all of it. So I hope that you guys resonated with this message and that it just brought affirmation and clarity, guidance, wisdom moving forward for whomever needed to hear it. Thank you guys so much for being here with me, for all of your love and support, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. I'm so grateful and honored to share these messages with you guys. And if you want to connect with me, you can find me on my website at crystallyn.love. You can also find me on Patreon, where I share weekly messages and early access to my videos, as well as Instagram. So, and personal readings you'll find on my website. But other than that, you guys, thank you so much again. And I truly look forward to the next message, the next pick a card. And until then, I'm sending all my infinite love as always. Peace out. Okay, group number 3. How are you guys? What would love do? So what does your higher self want you to know at this time? What would love do for this current relationship or situation that you're experiencing? So we're going to start with this card here. This is the Lover's Oracle, and I'm just going to lay all the cards out and then we'll get into the message, okay? So you chose this beautiful heart. And it says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Okay? As I learn to love myself, I become powerful. I do not need to wait until I become perfect before I love myself. Loving myself is the quickest way to create a wonderful life. Okay. Beautiful. And I pulled these twin flame messages from Mystic Moon, and they're either going to come out as a relationship or as from your higher self. And I'm already feeling, well, I'm not sure. Let's see. I've thought about reaching out to you, but then I stopped myself. Okay, so I feel like this is a message about a relationship, okay? So we have the 5 of Cups, change your focus. These are your tarot cards here. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, Death, and the 7 of Swords. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see what you got here. Shaman, ancient healing wisdom. Okay. Trust, number 47. The Angel of Balance, number 48. Soulmates, number 41. Dreams, incubation. Rest, number 15. Steady progress from the angels. You have right, though. Respect your boundaries, number 33. Respect your boundaries. Make a decision, the number 11. Make a decision. Get these all on here. And the Sacred Fool, number 40. So this is from the Sacred Rebels. I'm going to read this to you at the end of the message here. Put this here. Wow. I feel a lot of balance coming into your life right now, and this is beautiful. This is wow. Okay. I'm going to start with the 5 of Cups here because this is an energy where we are coming out of grief and loss and sadness, and it's, you know, it's like this recognition where we understand this pain. You know, we've been feeling this pain, we've been feeling this loss, this sadness, grief, depression, whatever it is, and we're ready to move forward. We're ready to feel better. You know, we don't want to keep playing the same old story over and over and over, right? Like it's dead, it's over, it's done, it's in the past. And we know that it's time to move forward. No matter what, we've got to move forward because there's no going back. Okay, so I feel like this is, has to do with a relationship, but first has to do with our own relationship to ourselves. I feel like there's a really beautiful lesson playing out here for both parties, and there's so much balance. I mean, with the angel of balance here, coming in to help sift and sort through what is authentic for you, what is not, what is serving you, what is not. The shaman, okay, the shaman is about, he's the one who is the the mediator between the seen and the unseen, right? He can be your guide through a shamanic journey of going into the unseen, into the unconscious realms. He's very familiar with all the characters there. He can protect you and keep you safe and focused in a positive way so that you're not dropping into fear, so that you're able to get to the core of something and heal, because the shaman knows that all illness stems from a separation of spirit, not from anything outside of ourselves. It actually all stems from the separation, disconnection from our own spirit. And so the whole point of the shaman is to take us into a territory that we're unfamiliar with, that can seem scary or overwhelming. But because of his presence, we're able to go there. We're able to confront those things, right? With shifting your focus here, the Five of Cups, like, it's difficult to shift our focus from what has happened because it was so devastating, or it created such a deep pain within us that it stunned us, and it was nothing we could do. And so we need to sit with those feelings for a little while to understand them. I mean, it's natural to feel grief and pain and loss, and there's a reason why we feel it. I feel like there's a lot of it has to do here with how we perceive ourselves, shifting the focus from negative, fear-based, criticizing thoughts to instead focusing on love, support, nurturing, having compassion and forgiveness. And that's what's happening here. As you learn to love yourself, you become more powerful, right? Because it regenerates your power as you focus on love, as you nurture the love, as you see the cup as half full instead of half empty. Because the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, both energies are very nurturing, very nurturing. The Queen of Pentacles, her strong suit is to have this amazing, home for her family, and everyone is nurtured. Everyone's gifts and talents and natural expressions are nurtured through, the way that she keeps her home. She's cooking nutritious meals for her family. She's got a garden and an outdoor space for her kids to play, and she, the animals that live with her all have their cozy place. Everyone's loved and nurtured. She also knows how to take time for herself. She's a boss. She's a single mama, a parent. She handles the finances. She works full time and she takes care of the home, but she also, what she's invested in comes back to her in beautiful ways because she's investing in her home. She's investing in her family. And that brings her a lot of joy. To see her family happy and thriving as their authentic self brings her so much joy. And so it's seeing yourself in that light as well. And as well as the Queen of Cups, very intuitive, very nurturing, loving, and supportive of our emotions, and that intimate connection that we have. So there's like this energy here of criticizing one another, coming from a false belief and program. And like, I feel like there's this energy of being really hard on yourself. Like, it's shifting your whole perspective. I picked up on, it's like steady progress here. The angels say, we acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. So it's like, it may have felt like things were stuck or they weren't moving. And I feel like there was a focus on things aren't moving fast enough, things aren't happening fast enough, and I should be farther along than this, and being hard on ourselves, and now it's more about acknowledging how far you've come. Like, look at how far you've come, recognizing that we're not the same person we were a year ago. that we're choosing love in every moment as much as we possibly can, and that it's a process of growing and learning, and it's not perfect. There is no perfection. The perfection is in the experience. Everything is perfect just as it is, you know. It's all an opportunity to love. And as you learn to love yourself, you know, we become more powerful. Our power regenerates, it renews, it restores. We stop seeking outside approval and validation to that we're love, that we deserve love. We just learn to love ourselves. We see the love that we are, and what we see reflected in ourselves, we see reflected in others. So there's this energy of letting go of any sort of dishonesty with ourselves, self-sabotage, criticizing, being too hard on ourselves. Like, that is all disempowering energy that serves no one. It serves no one. And so there's a letting go, you know, there's a death, there's a letting go of all that no longer is love, and what remains is love. The only thing that remains is love. And so it's staying focused on that. Trust is asking us to have full faith and trust in the divine mystery, in our higher self, in the path ahead, in love. You know, if we've lost our faith, if we've lost our trust in our own higher self, this card asks us to have trust, even if things are rocky. You know, it's knowing that what you choose to focus on is what's going to grow. And so this energy of thinking about reaching out to someone and then stopping yourself, that comes from not trusting your own self. That comes from not being able to trust your own decisions and being able to stand behind your decisions, you know, being able to stand behind the choices that you made, because there is that disconnect from your own spirit, from your own guidance. And your higher self will never criticize you. Your higher self loves you and accepts you as you are. And so as you see yourself and begin to trust in your own connection to your higher self, then when you meet someone that is divinely guided towards you as well, you're going to feel it. There's going to be all of those synchronicities and knowings. Because we have dreams here and rest. I'm getting that you need to take some time to rest, to write, to go within, to really focus on emotional well-being, what's truly emotionally fulfilling to you, to healing. It's like the sacred fool. There's like a beginning of a journey here. And the soulmates card speaks to how everyone comes into our life for a reason, you know, whether it's for a long period of time or a short period of time. The people who have a great impact in our lives, that's what this card speaks to. And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be a friendship. This could even be a friendship. It can be however it applies to you. But a soulmate is someone that we are meant to learn from, that we teach each other something about ourselves. And no matter how the relationship ends or how long it lasts or what happens, it's impacted us in a significant way, and that it's, you know, we've learned something about ourselves that we would have never known before. And it's all about how we choose to respond. You know, true soulmate relationships that are meant to last are harmonious and balanced. And even if they're only meant to last a short time, they're still teaching us about balance and harmony and partnership and truly being that unconditional love for ourselves and our partners. I feel like you're being guided to start journaling and writing things down, things that come from your higher self, writing down your feelings, writing down insights, downloads, and also making an intention before you go to sleep to remember your dreams, because your higher self is going to speak to you right now, especially with the Queen of Cups here, through dreams and intuition, through your feelings, through your psychic knowings. And with rest here, you know, there's a need to rest so that you can really feel yourself. You can really feel what is true for you. Because if we're exhausted, if we're just run down, we've been feeling imbalanced, we've been going through emotional ups and downs, or, you know, mental battles, whatever's going on, it just depletes us. And sometimes we just are exhausted and we fall asleep, and we're not, there's no intention. It's just we're tired and we fall asleep. So I just feel like there's a encouragement here to take more time to rest, to focus on getting a good night's sleep and dreaming and connecting with your higher self, taking naps, whatever you need to do, like finding some time to be tranquil and peaceful, and bringing that balance, the angel of balance, working with the energies of masculine, feminine, light and dark. Respecting your boundaries. Number 33. I like this card's beautiful. I'm actually going to read it because it's a brand new deck. Messenger Oracle. So I'm just still getting accustomed to it here. It says, others will not respect the emotional boundaries that you set within yourself if you do not respect them yourself. Know yourself, love yourself. If you do not accord yourself with the same care you desire from others, then you will not be shown care. If you do not honor your own truths and dreams, then nobody else will. Honor yourself by treating yourself with the same care and in the same manner that you wish others to treat you. Absolutely. And that's how we establish healthy boundaries for ourselves. And that is key. When we begin to love ourselves and we create those healthy boundaries and we align with what is truly authentic for us, we honor ourselves, we're loyal to ourselves, we listen, we have compassion. We choose to learn and grow and rise above. We choose love. When we honor that commitment to ourselves, those who are with us honor that commitment as well, and they honor that within themselves. So there's, it's equal. There's an equal mutual knowing, So I feel like your soulmates, the people that are meant for you, especially, you're gonna know them even more so. It'll be even more affirmed through the dreams and visions that you're having, because your higher self's really speaking to you in that way, through your intuition, through your psychic senses, because that's coming from your higher self, and it's not going to come from someone else outside of you. So writing connects you to your higher self, really diving deep into your feelings and writing out how you really feel, really helps you see for yourself what's going on, and it keeps us out of this self-sabotaging behavior, because we can never really run away from ourselves. It all comes back to us. What goes around comes around. So we give, we receive what we give, and make a decision here. This is beautiful because it's like incorporating all of the elements of life into the human here, like the earth and the angelic and the wildness and the beauty, all of it. So make a decision. It's the number 11. I've got to see what this one is too, you guys. Sorry. So it says your sheer determination is highlighted at this time. Your spirit will support your desires and manifestations. The ability to create or destroy has always been within your skill base. You have the wisdom and confidence needed to use these skills constructively. Now is the time to act if you know what it is you want to accomplish and why. Since the powers of transformation are at your command, change your desires into objectives, your thoughts into actions, your goals into achievements. If you have recently met with failure, know that you can change that failure into success. The only limits that you have are those you impose on yourself. Wow. So yeah, I mean, that's over. You're letting that go. You're choosing to expand and grow and love yourself for who you are. And you see that criticizing only leads to further unhappiness. It never leads where we want it to lead, right? Love and acceptance, and that's this decision, right? Make a decision. I thought about reaching out to you, but then I stopped myself. So it's like, if you don't make a decision, there's this constant back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I? Or then it becomes what could have been or what should have been. And instead, it's like, just make a decision. Is this your higher self guiding you? Do you trust your higher self? Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Test it out. If it's not meant to be, you're going to feel it. But if it is, you're going to feel it too. And it's like there's so many signs and synchronicities. It's steady progress, and that's what love is. The ego wants self-gratification. It wants everything right now. It's unsure. It's all of these things. But when we drop into love and we trust our higher self, we trust, in that energy of love, we see that it's a daily practice. It's every day, slow and steady. We're here. For the rest of our lives, we're here. And the only thing I know is that I choose love in every moment the best that I can, and I never really know what the day has in store. I never really know what's going to unfold. I have different things I'm focused on, but I'm certainly just allow my higher self to guide me throughout that. And it's about steady progress. We're never going to accomplish everything at once. And it's just seeing that balance. There's got to be balance in life. It's about moderation. There is no good or bad. It's like to each their own. Whatever, fills your cup, fills your cup. But it's like anything we do to the extreme or focus on only becomes unhealthy. So it's balance. If I did this all day long every day, I might feel unbalanced. I have to go outside and ground and work in the garden and tend to my children and, eat and take a shower. It's like finding the balance that works for you, where everything that you're tuned into feels good. So you never feel like, dreadful of anything. You're not, you just welcome everything as it comes, and it can change. And I mean, as long as you're choosing love, it's all good. Take time to rest, nurture yourself, give yourself that unconditional love that you deserve, and you will see that that's what you begin to align with in your physical reality. You're attracting your soulmates. You're attracting a beautiful relationship to you in some sense, and I love it. So let's read this Sacred Fool card to end the reading, okay? I feel like this is also be, it's being grounded and also, in your intuitive. So it's like being in the seen and the unseen. It's finding that balance for yourself between the seen and the unseen, and recognizing at the core that your emotions are guiding you. They're guiding you towards an environment, a path that is truly authentic and supportive of your well-being, so that you can focus on whatever, is destined for you. I just feel a lot of balance here, a lot of balance, okay? I'm going to read this. Sacred Fool. The fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention and tell the truth without restraint. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way to do things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated to or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is. This oracle heralds a time, now or imminent, when you will feel inspired, alive, and passionate for what you can offer to the world. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate, don't try to be socially acceptable, and worry about what others may think about what you are doing. Just be. If you want to wear a mad hat whilst doing so, fine. The sacred fool in you is willing to leave behind what has been because it no longer feels right to stay attached to it. The sacred fool in you trusts life completely. It would never occur to this part of you to try and outsmart life or resist its flow. It recognizes that the mind is a monkey puppet on strings. More often than not, it is cajoled into fear when it could be playfully dwelling in the radical spontaneity of life. So the sacred fool in you urges your mind to let itself be pulled into joy by your heart strings, not into fear and doubt by the controlling machines of mass media. This oracle brings you a message. It's time for you to play. It's time for you to let life happen in a completely unreserved, unscripted way. The more bizarre, left of field, unexpected, and apparently ridiculous, the better. This might not feel safe or appropriate at first. That is okay. That is good, actually. It's a sign that you're breaking with your own self-imposed conventions. It's time to move beyond them now, because a bigger life adventure is calling to you. This is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to operate more radically through you, so that you become the conduit through which miracles and crazy wild synchronicity can occur. You are becoming more electric. You are more plugged into the apparent randomness of life. apparent because there is a refined intelligence behind it all. The sacred fool goes with this without having to understand any of it, which is good. Trying to access even one genuine glimpse of life's unfathomable genius would probably make one's head explode. As you take this journey, you may find that people around you are challenged. You might unintentionally cause them to rethink the way they live their lives. They may question whether the way they are living is the only way for them or even the best way. At first, they may react rather than take responsibility. The sacred fool in you doesn't engage with this. It is what it is, and it rises and falls as it will. It doesn't stop you from your merry dance of unconventional being. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you are right on course. You may feel that you are quite crazy, you are quite possibly going insane, but you are not crazy. You are just approaching enlightened awareness. There is a moment, sometimes a rather long one, when we wake up to life, shed our attachment to mass opinion, and float in a completely different state of being. We might find that no one is really able to understand or connect with us to the point that we question our state of mind. Stay with that. It will pass. You will eventually see that you are becoming sane in an insane world. The tables will turn and you will gain great inner freedom and creative juice. Stay on your path, stay on the journey. Remember to take nothing too seriously, and it will all work out perfectly. Okay. How beautiful is that? It's such a complimentary energy, right? Because I feel like the sacred fool, it's like people who are unaware and unawakened will see you as like ridiculous, but you know that you've transformed something. You've gone through death and transformation. You are so much more aware and in tune with life and love and the magic. And so you're wise to it and you don't let it affect you anymore. And it's just, it's interesting with the criticizing energy or the being hard on ourselves. And it's like maybe before we didn't want to be seen as a fool, but in reality, when we see that we're not a fool and we are coming into awareness, then others see us as a fool in that way because they're not awakened. It's just very, very fascinating the way this is coming out, but this is your time to truly embrace who you are. This is the opportunity to trust yourself and to nurture the well-being of balance, emotions, trust, okay? So what would love do? Love would shift their focus to love, nurturing, intuition, well-being. Your dreams are going to hold a lot of answers for you. I keep feeling that your dreams have a lot of answers for you. The answers that you're seeking are within your dreams, within your visions, the things that your higher self is bringing to you. And you're going to feel that when you're resting, There's chamomile here, which is very soothing and calming flower, very restorative to your life force energy. And this is jade, which is power. So it's like there's power in taking time to nurture yourself. It renews your power. It's not a weakness. It's a renewal of power. And it's the slow and steady path. Life is challenging enough. The last thing we need to do is be criticizing of ourselves. We are doing the best that we can. And that's what you have to tell yourself. I'm doing the best I can. Speak to yourself in love. Learn to love yourself. And you will feel your power returning, okay? You won't stop yourself. When you feel like doing something, it's coming from your higher self. And you're just going to do it. And you're going to, from there on, where to go, where the next step is, instead of staying stuck in this energy of the Five of Cups. It's change and shifting out of that stagnant energy of just going round and round and round of nowhere. So that is your message, you guys. I truly hope that it resonated and affirmed, what you're feeling. Establish your healthy boundaries. Love has boundaries, ego defends. Love responds, fear reacts. So establish boundaries for yourself and how you like to be treated. Treat yourself in that way. That's what this time is for, and it's going to help you grow into becoming your best version, which is beautiful. And what you feel inside, there's a reason you feel it. And when you get clear, you're going to know what to do. Okay? And you're going to be more of who you are. So it's beautiful. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being you and for being here and tuning into this message. Thank you for all of your subscribes, your likes, your comments, your shares. It is truly my pleasure to share these messages with you guys and support your journey. If you are interested in connecting with me, you can find me on my website at crystallyn.love. I do offer personal readings if you're interested in that. I also have my Patreon, which I share messages and early access to my videos. And you can also follow me on Instagram, which would be awesome. But other than that, you guys, thank you again so much. And I look forward to the next message that comes through for you all. So until then, all my infinite love as always. Peace out. Okay, we have group number 4. Let me check the camera here. Okay. All right, group number 4, how are you guys? So let's see, what would love do? What does your higher self want you to know about this relationship or situation? Let me just replace a candle here really quick, you guys. Hold on 1 second. I see the candle about to go out, so I'm just going to replace it really, really quick here. I apologize. Oh, it did. Look at it, just went out. Isn't that funny? Just do this here. Okay. That's the most important one because it brings light to that selenite. I just love that. Let me make sure everything's okay. All right. So I'm going to just lay all the cards out and then we'll get right into the message. What would love do? And this, we're going to start with this one here. It's the Lover's Oracle. So it's a beautiful image that you chose. The tree, it's like the tree of life in all the different seasons. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Okay? I am good enough. There is no need to struggle to be better. All I need to do is love myself more today than yesterday and treat myself as someone who is deeply loved. I am good enough. I love that. And then I pulled these twin flame messages from Mystic Moon. And so this is either going to come out as a relationship or from your higher self, okay? You're all I've ever wanted. Now this could be from yourself, right? So you'll know how this all resonates as it comes out. You're all I've ever wanted. I am good enough. So this is beautiful, supportive energy I can already feel. Let's see what's going on here. These are your tarot. Okay, so we have the number 11 or detach, and this is the Justice card. We have Temperance here. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the High Priestess. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. So this, let's go this way here. Childhood innocence. Restriction, number 35. Okay. Rest and rejuvenation. Oh, wow. Let two become one. Number 24. Let two become one. Okay. Choose peace. Let your past go. Heal thyself. Number 24. This is To the Sea, number 7. Oh, beautiful. Footprints, direction. Okay. And maintain your childlike spirit. So you've got 2. Beautiful. Okay. So, and then defend to the end the worthwhile, number 23. Which I'm going to read this to you guys at the end of the message. Let me just move some of these cards here. This is from the Sacred Rebels. I'm going to read it to you at the end. Make sure you can see all these cards as well. Okay. This is a beautiful reading, you guys. I'm just going to take it in here for a second because there's a lot here coming through. There's a lot of balance being restored. These messages are gorgeous. There is an energy here of balance, of peace, of harmony. There's also an energy here of like feeling restricted, of feeling stuck, of there being a pause, a hold. Okay, so this is definitely about a relationship, and it's really important that you know that this relationship is based on a divine reflection of yourself. This is about really allowing, okay, go with the flow, let go of any sort of expectations or ideas of how things need to play out. It's like honoring that natural flow of life, right? The detached card is the Justice card in the tarot, and it's about recognizing that it's up to each of us to take responsibility for our actions, you know, for the choices that we make, and that in the eyes of love, in the universe, we're all, you know, it's based on the law of attraction. There's justice is impartial. You're being judged based on the qualities of unconditional love, based on whether we are being authentic and in alignment with who we really are. It's taking responsibility for the choices that we made. You know, temperance is here. This is about developing and cultivating patience and wisdom and understanding of alchemy, you know, mastering our own energy, becoming very aware of our own energy, how it impacts us, how it impacts others. Understanding that those constant shifting cycles, right? And so there's a return to your innocence here. There's a return to your true essence, like who you really are in life. And it's almost like through this relationship, you're able to reflect that. You know, you're able to see your own divine reflection and your own, you know, we've got two cards here of maintain your childlike spirit, you know, this energy that brings you back to your true essence, to who you really are. And this is the number 11, which I always feel this is a very important card in terms of relationships, because there's this energy of true sovereignty and doing what's best for the highest good of all. You know, we're learning from our mistakes, and we're learning the role that we play in creating the harmony or the disharmony. You know, we're able to kind of weigh things and see things for what they are. Any relationship requires that balance, you know, between light and dark. There is no right or wrong or good or bad when it comes to unconditional love. It's being able to look at things and own every choice that we've made, knowing that there is a consequence for everything. And so it's learning to choose love and know that in that choice, justice is being served. It's letting go of outcomes. It's letting go of expectations and control and, you know, thinking that things have to be a certain way, but it's instead realizing that you bring balance and justice into your life when you align with it. So this woman's letting this bird go. You know, she knows that it's for the highest good of all. That for the bird to be held captive is not serving the bird, and it may bring her joy, but ultimately it's not going to make the bird happy. So she even looks sad to let this bird go, but she knows that she's setting this bird free, and that that's in the best interest of all. It's really looking at the highest good of all and being able to make that decision, stand behind it. And that's when that's when you develop that equal mutual honor and respect towards, whatever it is. This bird now trusts her and has the respect that she will do the right thing when the time comes. Whatever comes up, she's going to choose the right thing because she understands the law of cause and effect. She understands that the wheel's always turning and we can either align with it or not. It's our choice. Temperance is an energy of balancing the light and dark, the good and the bad. It requires tremendous patience and a perseverance to keep going, despite what's going on, and say, okay, what can I do with what I have right now to bring balance and harmony to this situation? So your intuition, the intuition is really speaking here. There's a new beginning, as potential. There's a potential new beginning and potential new inspired, passionate direction, path, that's promising, that's fertile, that's rich, that's, the emotions are calm. And there's a castle in the background here, and I'm seeing the mountains. I keep seeing the mountains popping out in the readings today, but it's like there's always obstacles and things to overcome. But see, this castle's built on top of the mountain, so it's almost like there's this inspiration to move forward despite obstacles, because you know that as long as you're aligned with love, that you're going to be able to overcome any obstacle, and that the universe is on your side. Nature has your back. Wow. What would love do? What would love do? Love would choose peace. I mean, this right here is choosing peace, and what this means is it's as simple as just feeling into your decisions. How would I feel if I chose this? How would it feel if I chose that? You'll know what the answer is based on how you feel about it. Choosing peace is what will bring peace into our realities. And so let your past go. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and now it's gone. So this is truly being able to let the past go, because you've learned from your mistakes. They've now become lessons. They've now become wisdom. You've been patient, you're following your intuition. You feel this new beginning here, and it's important that you know as well that it's just a seed. It's an idea, it's a thought, it's an inspiration coming through your intuition, and it needs to be nurtured. You've got to choose to align with it. It's a choice, right? So it's like knowing that you're good enough to have what you deserve. And there's this energy here, you're all I've ever wanted. So there's a knowing deep within. There's a connection to like this childlike spirit that knows intuitively that this, it's like defend to the end the worthwhile. This love is worth whatever obstacles or challenges that have come in between it, because it's that strong. I mean, it's like so pure and innocent, and that innocence is, the innocence. It's not like we've never done anything wrong, but it's like that pure essence, energy, your true self, your true authentic essence, your soul energy, your life force energy. Maintaining that, because as kids we haven't yet experienced all the challenges, but it doesn't change who we are unless we allow it to. It's either going to change us for the better or the worse, but either way, at the core, we're still that person inside. So I feel like this is a very natural, connection here. And it's beautiful. We've got let two become one. And you know what's beautiful about this card? If I can remember, heal thyself. This is about really getting to the core of the wound so that you can just be done with it. It's like going within and knowing that you have like poison or something toxic inside of you, and doing whatever you have to do to remove that poison and toxin, like to remove it from your body. You don't just treat the symptoms of it, you like get to the core and you heal yourself. So that's definitely been happening here. And I feel the magic that's coming in within that, the renewal of energy that comes with that, the newly inspired, path, the newly inspired inspiration is coming from that healing, knowing that you're good enough, resting and rejuvenating, and to the sea. This is a card about going with the flow as well. Let me read this one because I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it's about going with the flow and being at peace with where you are, knowing that you're being guided. And it's a part of learning about yourself. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. So it's like you're beginning to see the patterns and the way that the energy responds, the cause and effect, by choosing love, how that path leads to healing and peace and renewal, as opposed to choosing the energy of fear. And so it's like you just know you're going to do the right thing when it's required, because you understand the patterns and the energy. And so now you can go with the flow, ride the waves of opportunity and have faith and trust. And this also speaks to, as a relationship, that it says there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. Oh, I love it. So, we've got to become one. To become one, the number 24. And this is, divine union, divine counterpart. Share yourself with the one that you love. Be their best friend and let them be yours. Let your trust in each other be unshakable, and your love be strengthened by knowing and accepting each other's flaws and weaknesses, and still loving each other despite them. Give yourself completely, trusting that you will not lose your independence or sense of self, but instead become two halves of a stronger, loving whole. Right? Because each person is whole and complete. Each person chooses peace and the highest good of all, and understands that life is a balance. It's about balance and alchemy, and knowing that there's good and bad and right and wrong and strength and weakness and all this dualistic stuff. But, when we come from that place of authenticity, we are already good enough. We are already good enough as we are. And sometimes we have to go our own way for a little while to figure that out. That's sometimes the only way to do it, to really connect with what is right for us and to know who we really are. And then we recognize who reflects that, and why we feel the way we do. So I'm seeing footprints here, direction. This is from Divination of the Ancients, and I feel like this is focused on the direction, of love, on this path of inspired energy that is about. You've been wondering which way in life you should go, and concerns regarding family, career, life purpose have arisen. The answer is this: go towards that which brings you closer to the divine. Seek that which truly feeds your soul, or this will show you the road to tread. Be careful, however, to understand what this truly means. The ego has a wonderful way of tricking you into dreaming up get-rich-quick schemes. The truth is always consistent and loving. Step into your soul's knowing and focus on your heart's passions, talents, and interests. These clues will point you in the right direction. So stick to your path, what you know to be true. Stick to the path of peace and love and inspiration. You've been through, you have so much wisdom. It's crazy. It's like getting over your own limiting thoughts and beliefs, and being in the flow, and just allowing your higher self to guide you, allowing life to guide you, allowing the universe to show you its intentions, and I feel like it's time for rest and rejuvenation right now. Like there's something that's going to change, and it's time to really rest. And I know this period of restriction is meant for you to truly get in touch with this and feel this and know this for yourself, to really listen to your intuition, your psychic gifts, your senses, the internal. Like the answer is going to come from your intuition. The answer is going to come from how you feel about this. And you know, you've got to let the past go and focus on the direction forward, no matter what anyone's telling you, because you know, this is about growth and evolution and expansion. And it's like you're coming into that awareness of all of the natural cycles of life, and all of it. You know, it's just amazing. So let's read this, the number 23, which is a 5. So that's change and balance and harmony and co-creating with the divine. I mean, that's what I feel from that. So defend to the end the worthwhile. Beneath the illusions, pretty as they may seem, you know what is real. Beneath the lies, sweet though they may sound, you know what is worthwhile. All that is genuinely and truly essential for the heart to throb with life is worthwhile. Anything that dulls it or suffocates its vibrant aliveness must be questioned, challenged, and more than likely cast aside, for the heart is our key to living an authentic life. What is there once that is compromised? Without its foundation of truth, we are to be forever lost in confusion, doubt, and despair. You are a sacred warrior, a defender of the heart. You have cried genuine tears of your own grief, and also the grief of the world. You have raged at injustice and oppression in your own life and in the world. You have felt the need to protect the presence of love, for whilst it is exceptionally powerful, it can too easily be smothered under lies and fear. The sacred warrior must not heed the dangerous voices that say, "Oh, stop being so sensitive. Stop making such a big deal out of things. Love is the biggest deal there is. What else is worth being so sensitive about?" The sacred warrior is vigilant, and the presence of love is not chipped away by fear, criticism, doubt, or untruths. Even if others find the unflinching honesty of your feelings difficult to handle, even if those feelings are expressed with gentleness and compassion, the sacred warrior honors the task of being more faithful to love than to anything else. This includes the fear of loss. Actually, it includes the fear of anything at all. This oracle brings guidance to honor even the smallest steps in your path of the sacred warrior. There are no less important than the more noticeable or dramatic actions on the path. One single misstep can begin a landslide of great devastation. Being vigilant with what is meaningful and what is truthful, even in the smallest and seemingly most insignificant ways, strengthens the sacred warrior and prevents darkness from gaining a stronghold from the inside. That darkness will be intelligent and sneaky. It will tell you that it doesn't matter, that this one time you can forget what you promised, that you are just one person and that you can't make a difference anyway. That darkness will lure you into sleepy ambivalence and dull your light if you allow it to. The sacred warrior within will fight with love and honor to be true to what has meaning, and never ever allow it to be cast aside, even if it seems easier in the moment. The sacred warrior finds joy and humor in life to prevent the seriousness of the task from stifling the heart that just wants to live and be free. That joy brings strength to the warrior and an expanded, relaxed awareness that can sense the presence of fear, whether it is masked as anger, hate, or doubt, and immediately respond to it with fierce compassion. The sacred warrior will not allow fear to gain a stronghold within the heart. This oracle has special guidance for you. You are being asked to stay strong and stand your ground. This might be a big emotional journey that feels like the fight of your life. It may be in a matter that does not seem to hold much importance. Perhaps, for example, you are contemplating an idea that you feel could be something, but those around you declare it is nothing much, too impractical, too little, or too much. However, what is happening or soon will be happening is worthwhile, so hold tight. Ask for help through the healing process below. Stay true to the sacred warrior of love that you are, and defend to the end all that is worthwhile. Wow. So, this is amazing, you know? It's like, no matter what is happening, no matter what restrictions, what challenges, what obstacles have come your way because of this experience that you've been through, you've not only come to see your own, value and divinity, You've learned how to become a master of your own energy, an alchemist. You've learned and come to this place of self-mastery within yourself, where now you are entering into, you know, this next phase of your life, where this new cycle that where, you know, everything just seems to go in your favor, and there's balance and harmony, and it's just joy. I mean, I love this card because the king and queen are up on the top of the wheel dancing and, you know, celebrating, and then the jokers are falling off. You know, it's just kind of funny. And here's the hand of the divine turning the wheel. So it's like we can either get on board and align with our higher self, with love, or, you know, we can get tossed off the wheel there. And I just feel like there's been so much wisdom, so much insight into your own self, so much healing, you know. And so this period of time is about to come to a close. This feeling of restriction is about to end. And the universe wants to know that you're going to defend to the end the worthwhile before it gives you something so beautiful that it wants to know you're going to appreciate it and love it and treat it fairly no matter what, because it doesn't want to see this beautiful energy be destroyed. You know, it needs to know that you are going to be able to love and appreciate this amazing relationship that you're about to receive, that you know that you're good enough, and that you know the person you're with and the one that's with you is all that they've ever wanted. You know, that's all, that's it, that's all that matters. So, you know, coming to that knowing within yourself is the best thing you can offer one another. So sometimes the universe holds us back from that until we both have that clear understanding. We've both demonstrated that we are going to make the right decisions in the moment, that we're always going to choose love and respond in love, and in that to become one. You know, it's just so beautiful. Like, this is amazing. Okay, so trust the cycles, trust the flow, trust that everything is happening the way it's supposed to. This is divine intervention, and major divine intervention here. 4 major arcanas. This is something that was always meant to happen, and as long as you remain true to who you are and respond in love for the highest good of all, everything is just going to freaking play out amazing. Okay, so this is beautiful. I truly hope you guys enjoyed this message, that it resonated and just affirmed what you're already feeling inside and brought you guidance and support moving forward. And I just thank you for being you, for being the love that you are, and to be authentic and brave and courageous and amazing. You know, it's truly an honor and a pleasure to share these messages with you guys. So thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on crystallyn.love. I do offer personal readings. You can find me on Patreon, where I do messages and early access to my videos, and you guys can also connect with me on Instagram. I would absolutely love it. So until next time, you guys, take really good care of yourselves. Sending you all my infinite love as always, and I'll see you for the next pick a card very soon. Infinite love. Peace out.